ElevenLabs isn't just a voice provider anymore. It's now a full conversational AI platform. But if you stick to the defaults, your agents are going to sound slow and robotic. Today, I'm showing you exactly how to configure the backend to fix the latency and make your agents actually useful. Hi, I'm Chris, a solution architect, and I've linked the workflow files below. So let's get to work. Before we dive into the specific tabs, we need to create the agent itself using the new setup wizard. So start on your main dashboard and click on the new agent. You will see there are three starting options: blank agent, personal assistant, or business agent. I'm going to start with the business agent because it preloads the bot with a professional-based prompt, saving you time and having to start from scratch. Next, select your industry. This isn't just a label. It actively modifies the underlying system prompt. So I'm going to select healthcare and medical. This will make the model more empathetic and privacy conscious, whereas real estate tunes it to be more persuasive and sales driven. Next, let's choose our use case. So I'm going to choose appointment scheduling. This signals to the AI that its primary objective is to secure a calendar slot rather than just chatting. So finally, on the identity screen, name your AI agent and review the main goal box. This wizard pre-fills based upon your previous choices. For example, calls prospects to qualify and book appointments. But you should edit this to add specific KPIs. Once you're done, click on the Create Agent button. Then just wait a moment and ElevenLabs will automatically create your AI agent for you. So once the AI agent is created by ElevenLabs, you'll see here that we have the agent dashboard. Here we define the system prompt, where we give the AI agent a personality. So you are Alex, an AI-powered appointment scheduler for a healthcare business. The environment, where we set the context of the system message. So you are calling potential clients over the phone. Your goal here is to assess their needs and schedule a consultation. You'll also see that we've got dynamic variables. So the system caller ID, which is the caller's phone number, and the system called number, which is the destination phone number. This gives your AI agent the ability to look up key information about the person on the other end. So for example, if you had a CRM, you'd be able to look up the person's number and find out their name, address, email, etc., etc. Underneath there, we set the tone, what their goal is, how they ask qualification questions, what the value proposition, the appointment scheduling, and more. Most importantly, we set guardrails. So this is the box which the AI agent can operate within. And it just ensures that the AI doesn't drift into other conversations that aren't necessarily aligned to the primary goal of what we're trying to do here, which is appointment scheduling. Below there, you'll see the Set Time Zone button. So this allows you to set the time zone in which the AI agent operates. Because if you're trying to make bookings and the person says tomorrow morning, we need to be able to ground it in the correct time zone so that the meeting is going to be scheduled at the correct time. Underneath there, you'll see the first message box. So this is the first message that the AI agent will say when they first connect to the call. Here you can even add dynamic variables such as the person's name. So you could say, "Hi Chris, I'm calling to see if you'd be interested in using AI to help your staff book more appointments." Now on the right hand side, you'll see the voices section. Now the great thing about ElevenLabs is it has lots and lots of different voices that you're able to choose from. So for example, we have realistic customer agent voices, default, professional, and more. So you'll be able to explore the voice library and find the correct voice that matches the tone and the use case of what your AI agent is actually trying to do. So once you've selected your voice, you'll be able to set the T&C model family. So this just configures the settings such as the stability of the voice, if they're more expressive, the speed at which they talk, and how similar they will be to the existing voice. So underneath there, we have the ability to select the language. So if you have different use cases for different businesses, you could set it to be Danish, Dutch, English, whatever you'd like to be. Most commonly, we're going to use English. And finally, underneath there, we have the LLM, which is the brains behind the AI voice agent. So every message that the caller says gets transcribed into text, and the LLM then generates a response. So in our use case, we're going to use Gemini 2.5, which is more than capable enough. But if you do wish to change it, you have a number of different options, such as GPT-5, Anthropic, or even a custom LLM. The one thing to note here is the different cost. So you'll see that some of the larger thinking models are more expensive, such as GPT-5, which is about 2 cents per minute, versus Flash, which is going to be 0.1 of a cent per minute. So a huge difference here, depending on the level of complexity that the AI agent needs to think about before responding. You may want to choose a more expensive model. But for now, Gemini 2.0 Flash will do the job. Now with the temperature and thinking budget and limit token usage, just leave these as defaults. Cool, and now we've explored all of the different options on the agent tab in order to set up the system prompt, its first message, voice, language, as well as the LLM. Now let's proceed to the workflow tab. In ElevenLabs, workflows are the new visual operating system for your AI agent. They replace the old method of writing one giant system prompt with a precise flowchart-based structure. So think of a workflow as a map for your conversation. Instead of cramming sales, support, and billing instructions into one messy text box, you now break them up into specific nodes, essentially mini agents that handle one task at a time. So when you open the builder, you don't have to start from scratch. The templates button gives you pre-built templates that you can use. So you'll see here, we've got a qualification flow, authentication flow, a tier escalation, and a business hours routers. So let's go and use the qualification flow. You'll see here now, we've got a visual representation of our different AI agents. So when we start, we're going to have a qualification agent that has a conversation goal. So for example, ask the user about the issue to determine if they need technical support or billing support. We then set the voice, the LLM, and the eagerness as before. Depending on what the caller says, the AI agent will now route it to the technical support or billing support AI agent. And here you can see that they've got different conversation goals for technical support agent versus a billing support agent. This is a really cool feature that ElevenLabs has now released, and I'll go into more detail about how we can leverage this in another video, so stay tuned. Next up is the knowledge base tab, which acts as your agent's long-term memory. So you never want to type in your pricing list, return policies, or menu items directly into the system prompt because it consumes too many tokens and increases the risk of the AI hallucinating. So instead, we'll create a knowledge base. You can click on the add document here and drag and drop either files, URLs, or even just your text base for the different pieces of information that you want to add to the knowledge base. A new cool feature is we have the ability to configure a RAG, which is a retrieval augmented generation. The great thing about this setting is it increases the agent's maximum knowledge base size. So the agent can have access to all of your company's standard operating procedures or frequently asked questions. So to enable it, you just click toggle it on, and then we can choose the embedding model, English, the character limit, so the number of total characters retrieved per query, the chunk limit, which is the number of document chunks retrieved per the query, the vector distance limit, and the query rewrite prompts, which we can just ignore for now. So if we wanted to add a document, it's as simple as clicking add document, add the file, and then dragging and dropping the document directly into the add files and clicking on add file there. Once done, you'll see that your document's here and your AI agent can now reference it if the caller asks any sort of relevant questions. This is really handy to set up and makes your AI agents that much more powerful. So we're actually ready now to preview our agent. So let's go ahead and click on the preview button and then click on the core AI agent.
Hi, I'm calling to see if you'd be interested in using AI to help your sales staff book more appointments.
Hi, yes I would, but could you please tell me a little bit about your company?
We provide AI solutions designed to enhance efficiency, improve lead generation, and streamline appointment management for sales teams. Our goal is to help businesses like yours optimize their sales processes and improve customer experience.
What are your opening hours?
Mint Dental is open Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Tuesdays, we are open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
So let's stop it there. And then you'll be able to see if I click on the show last conversation, it actually records the call, which you can play back here. and it gives a summary and a transcription of the actual call. You'll see on the right hand side that there's the date, the call duration, how much it costed in terms of credits, the credits for the LLM, and the cost per minute. Cool, so let's go back to configuring our AI agent now. So one thing before we move on to the tools is you can click onto the analysis tab and you'll be able to see the exact same pieces of information that you saw before. So if you ever want to go back through your AI agent's calls, just click on the analysis tabs and it'll give you the recording, the summary, the call status, and how much it costed. Now, the next section is agent tools. This gives our AI agent the ability to access tools. So for our appointment setting agent, we want to give it the tools so that it can make bookings on our calendar. So I've pre-built these tools and you can watch them on another video right there. So if we click on add tools now, you'll see that I have a calendar tool and I'm going to use this tool which is connected via NAN directly to my Google Calendar. Once I've added this tool, it gives the AI agent the ability to check my calendar availabilities and make bookings. With ElevenLabs agent tools, you're able to integrate into multiple different systems such as your calendar, your CRM, your invoicing system. The possibilities are endless. So whatever the use case is for your AI agent, you're able to configure and give access to tools, which makes it really powerful. Next is the test tab. This is a brand new feature designed for quality assurance. And if you're building AI agents for clients, it's a non-negotiable. The problem with AI is that fixing one prompt, like your greeting, can accidentally break another logic flow. So instead of manually calling your bot 50 times to check every different scenario, you can use this tab to create automated scenarios. You click on the add test and type out a specific situation, like a user asks for a refund. Then you define the success criteria in plain English, such as the agent must politely decline an offer store credit. When you configure this properly and you hit run all, the system simulates these conversations in the background using an LLM evaluator. Within seconds, you'll get a pass or fail grade for every single scenario. This is called regression testing, and it guarantees that your latest updates don't break your AI agent before you go live. So when you want to add your AI agent to your website, we can go to the Widget tab. So at the top, you'll find an embedded code, which is a universal HTML snippet. So you'll use this because it bypasses the need for complex API integration, allowing you to add your agent to WordPress, Webflow, or custom sites instantly. So under interface, I strongly recommend setting the widget to start collapsed. We do this for the user experience. An auto-expanding widget often covers up your website's navigation or hero text, and it annoys the visitors before they even say hello. Whereas a collapsed bubble is a much better user experience and doesn't interfere with them navigating your website. So if we look down, we can see the number of different settings such as the interface, where we can have a chat text only mode. We can send text while on call, real-time transcriptions, language drop-downs, and even a mute button. As we go down, you'll see the markdown links section, which controls which links are clickable in the agent's responses. So we'll be able to allow all domains or only specific domains that are going to be clickable when your AI agent responds. The next part is your avatar. So we want to set what your AI agent's avatar looks like. At the moment, it can choose the first color, you can choose the secondary color, and it changes the org. What I recommend you doing is to add an image, and we can drop and drag a specific image of your company's avatar. Make sure that it's a 172 by 172 pixels, and it's often a much more friendly experience when you have a person's face. Or if you wish, you can add the image URL, which is hosted somewhere else. So underneath that, we go into the terms and conditions section, which requires that the user actually accepts your T's and C's before they engage with the AI agent. This is generally best practice so that they know that the AI agent might make mistakes, hallucinate, or give incorrect information. So by clicking agree, and each time I interact with this AI agent, I consent to the recording, storage, and sharing of my communications, etc. You can add whatever T's and C's you wish to add here. Finally, styling, you have a number of different options. So this is just to make it align to your website's brand and style guides, and you can change everything you need to. So when users navigate to your website, they can click on Start a Call here, accept the terms and conditions, and begin typing a message. It's very, very easy to set up, and it directly integrates with the AI agent that you've been configuring. The security tab acts as your firewall for your business. So most people will ignore this till it's too late, but we need to configure this to prevent unauthorized use of our AI agent. So first, under authentication, you can set up your allow list by adding specific website domains. So this is critical because your AI agent's ID is visible in the browser code, and somebody may be able to steal your AI agent and put it on their website. Another great setting is the authentication setting. So by toggling this on, it actually requires the users to authenticate before they're able to interact with your AI agent. This just adds another level of security that stops unwanted spam. Below that, you'll see there's a guardrails, so we can actually add guardrails to our AI agent. Here, we've got 10 guardrails active, so sexual violence, harassment, self-harm, and you can edit and remove whatever you want to do. So this just adds an extra layer of confidence in the AI agent that it's not going to go off rails and say something or do something it shouldn't. Underneath there, we've got the override section, which allows us to choose which parts of the config that can be overridden by the user at the start of the conversation. So they can change the agent language, the first message, or other different options such as the voice speed, stability, similarity, or whether it's going to be text only. The next section is very handy, which is the post-call webhook. So this allows us to configure a default webhook where we send the post-call details to. If you ever want to do analysis on the AI agent's transcripts, you might want to send it to your email or store it in a database. We can configure the post-call webhook with the entire transcript setting here. Finally, the limits section. If you want to prevent abuse for your AI agent, we can set the number of daily call limits, so the maximum number of calls allowed per day, the concurrent call limit, so how many different calls the AI agent can take at once, so the maximum number of calls allowed at the same time. Finally, let's go to our advanced tab. So this is where we tune the subtle feel and technical behavior of the agent. So first, under the automatic speech recognition, in the advanced setting, you'll see the automatic speech recognition. So we can enable chat mode where the AI agent won't process any audio files and they'll only be text-based. We can use Scribe, which is currently in alpha, for automatic speech recognition. So this is what the AI agent will use for automatic speech recognition. Just leave it as the PCM 16,000 Hertz. This is a recommended. We can then go to conversational behavior. So the eagerness, how eager the AI agent wants to respond. So the maximum number of seconds since the user last spoke. If fixated, the agent will respond and force a term. The end conversation after silence, so you don't want your calls to go on forever. So if you want to limit the max conversation durations, you might set it to 30 minutes, however long. But there are other settings such as soft timeout, the client events, and privacy, where you can toggle on whether to store PII data or not. And finally, the store call audio, which stores the call audio so that you can listen to it back later on if you wish to. So now that we've been through all the settings, when you want to go live with your AI agent, click on the publish in the top right hand side, and now your AI agent is live and ready to be released to the general public. So what's the verdict? ElevenLabs AI agents are legit. So by removing the middleman and running everything, transcription, logic, and audio on a single platform, you get latency that feels genuinely human without the complexity of connecting to 5 different APIs. If you're building support bots, appointment setters, or outbound sales agents, you likely don't need external orchestration platforms anymore. You can do it all right here in ElevenLabs. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe and make sure to join my automation vault where I release templates and blueprints for all the AI agents that I build. The link is right down in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next build.